just listen to somebody's issues. Ali, I think we talked about this, giving people a little bit of love and attention could really make a difference in their life. Some of these younger guys at the gym, they look at me like I'm the man, and me being in there helping them, me being able to walk them out might stick with them for the rest of their lives, you know? So if that's all I have to do and it's making a difference in their life, hey man, that makes me feel good in my heart. So I think I did my job there.
I love that. I love that, JTrain, because what you represent and what you stand for are things that we need more of in the world. And like you commented on earlier, people talk about it, right? People talk about, I want to be a fighter, but when it comes to do fighter shit, they don't want to do it. And people talk about being a good and kind person, but when it comes to be a good, kind person, they don't want to do it. And these are almost, from the outside view, people would think that these are almost kind of opposing characteristics, right? Like as a fighter in the cage, you're a savage, you're an animal, you know, you were there to knock someone out, to choke someone out. You were not there to be nice. But on the other hand, your personality, your demeanor, like I remember being at trials and being like, dude, JTrain legitimately has conversations with the kids. Like you will ask the kids how they're doing, and just anyone, right? You treat everybody the same with love and respect. And that's one of the things I love about you. So take us back a little bit earlier in the JTrain story, JTrain, of like, how did these two almost opposing character traits about you of being a very high level fighter and also being a high level, kind, good person, how did these come about in your life?
You know, man, that's a tough, as for the fighter, I think it makes sense. You know, I've wrestled since I was 8 years old. I played football, played baseball, but for some reason, man, I really liked wrestling. I think just pushing yourself and just being able to kind of get your frustrations out in a different way. It's a funny story. When I was younger, I was a little shit, man. I was getting in fights in school. Sometimes me and my buddies would make this like little after school fight club, and we'd go fight each other, and then we'd go home. And I would get in trouble, and my mom and dad were like, we need to get him doing something. Like he has too much energy, whatever. I wanted to box. And they're like, I don't think that's the best idea if you're fighting. Maybe we shouldn't just be teaching you how to punch these kids. But so they're like, let's try wrestling. I thought we were doing WWE. We walk in this gym, like, where's the turnbuckles, Dad? What the heck is this? And ever since I was 8 years old, man, I would go to school. I would do my homework, then we'd go wrestle. And then growing up, it was kind of the same. Then I started that was just life. High school, college, I'd go to school, I'd work, I'd go wrestle, I'd go train, and then do random stuff like study hall and stuff like that. So I feel like that just kind of correlated. This is just what I've done, and this is comfortable for me. This is a way of life for me. Plus, I mean, like I said, I really love what I do. It was a new challenge whenever I started fighting. So I think that's what really made me fall in love with that. As for the person side, man, I just, I have this thing against like people being bullies. It really doesn't sit right with me. That it bugs me, man. It pisses me off. And it just kind of correlates with, why do people have to be that way towards others? We live in a pretty ugly world right now where a lot of things are, I want to say ugly, but I also want to say soft. You can't say anything without hurting somebody's feelings. But with that being said, you don't have to always try to hurt somebody's feelings, man. It takes zero effort to be like, hey, Ali, man, your hair looks pretty dang good right now, man. You know, Jerrod, good for you, man. You're growing out your beard.
I'm offended. How come my hair don't look good?
It looks good too, you know? And it's just kind of, I think just the way I was raised with my parents, teaching me right and wrong, and just seeing a lot of different things in my life. You just kind of, you can tell a bad person just by the way they are and the way they treat people. I always try to say, I can't judge somebody based off of something they did to somebody else. That's not right. That has nothing to do with me. And you weren't there. I wasn't a part of their story. So don't draw me into that drama. I can only judge them based on how they interact with me and what our relationship has been, you know? So I try to keep everybody. It doesn't matter if you went to prison. It doesn't matter if you're a fighter. It doesn't matter if you're in the band or if you work at Subway and anywhere in between, you know, everybody at least deserves a chance, man. Like, you treat them all with respect. And if they don't give it back, well, that's somebody who's not going to sit at my table.